So I wanted to take a minute to show you how I would go about navigating the library website so that you can do research for your final project. One of the databases that's really valuable in our library is Westlaw. And if you do a search through the main Westchester University Library webpage, uh, you can search by database. If you click on the W, it will take you down to Westlaw and just scroll down and click on Westlaw. Westlaw is a wonderful resource because it has all things legal. It's got federal and state laws, court cases, and most importantly for our purposes, journal articles. So if you click on that, it'll take you to a screen similar to this, and you just want to start entering search terms. So let's say, for example, you decide to do a project on um, maybe improving sexual harassment training in the workplace. So if you type in sexual harassment training and you maybe restrict it to um, secondary sources, that's where your law journals are going to be, law reviews and journals. So do that restriction first and then type in your search. So, okay, looks like you have to restrict it first to law journal articles, and then you can type in sexual harassment in the workplace. Let's see what comes up. Now this is going to pull up a ton of, uh, of sources. So you're going to want to restrict it, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And again, you can restrict it by narrowing your search term here too, but if you see it's going to pull up almost 10,000 sources. So one way to restrict is to click on the date, and let's just do the last 12 months. That's going to restrict it down to 345 articles, which is much more manageable than 10,000. From there, you're going to do the research much like you would in other databases, and that is just by scrolling down and seeing what looks good. Here's one on sexual harassment law after the hashtag #MeToo, looking to California as a model. That seems like a really interesting journal article. Going behind the headlines, spotlight on sexual harassment law. So you can scroll through and select the articles that you think would be beneficial to your topic. And then it might take some digging to refine your research, but that's how I would go about it. You can also, if we go back to up to the library, if you go to the home page of the library, it will take you to this single search bar where you can enter the same search term, and it's also going to take you to all kinds of sources. You'll have, this turned up 40,000 results. So obviously you want to narrow your search. My suggestion is that you limit it to show only scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And then from there, you further refine the date and the source type. So in other words, really at your fingertips, you will be able to do everything you need to do for your project. If you scroll down the rubric, you'll notice that I have some guidelines about what your sources should include. And if you scroll to the end here, A couple of bullet points to keep in mind. You have to have a minimum of 10 sources. You can certainly use more. Don't use Wikipedia as a source. And finally, your textbook does not count as one of your required sources. So you can cite to the text, but you have to have at least 10 other sources if you do that. All right, as always, if you have any questions or you need help, just let me know. Good luck.